I'm going to be showing you one of the most impressive and exciting things when it comes to the future and even the now when it comes to all of this new AI technology that really is exploding and moving at the speed of light.
Create your own AI chatbot in minutes.
Today I'll be showing you how to create your own ChatGPT AI powered personal chatbot, and it only takes a matter of minutes.
And not only that, we'll be giving you our favorite prompt generators via this chatbot we create.
This is truly impressive. Now, the app we'll be using today is called Botpress, and even if you don't know any coding or any strong technical skills, that's okay, because this makes it so extremely easy to do everything with just a few keystrokes and click of the button.
For amazing prompts, click the link in description.
And today I'm going to show you exactly how to build your own. Now, what's so cool about this is that I'm going to show you two awesome ways to make this happen. I'm actually going to create our very own, and yes, I said our very own AI personal chatbot, because the bot I'm going to be creating and sharing with you today, I'm actually going to share with everybody to help you guys find the perfect prompt. Then I'm going to show you exactly how to tie this into a website. So for example, on my website, I have thousands of prompts for you guys to use and try for yourself by simply copy and pasting. You'll be able to utilize this chatbot and say, hey, where is a specific Leonardo AI prompt for a logo? Not only am I going to be sharing with you how to actually build this AI chatbot for yourself, I'm sharing all of my prompt generators for AI art, and now you can even use it for your own personal use. I'll make it available for you guys with a link in the description to use for yourself. So now let's go ahead and get started. This is a sponsor, so I want to say thank you to Botpress. I typically never have sponsored videos unless I truly believe and use the product myself, and this is one of those instances. Now, the first thing you'll do is notice, once you're logged into Botpress, you're going to come over here to this page right here. It's going to open up a default workspace for you, and the first thing you have to do is select that blue button right on front of your page called Create a Chatbot. The next thing you're going to do is just go ahead and select Start from Template. We're just going to start from template, and now we're going to choose just your basic empty template, basically starting from scratch. Go ahead and let's select this option. Okay, now utilizing this app is so extremely easy. The first thing we want to do is that you can see this button here called Start and End. Everything ties in between these two. So everything that you have going in between here will determine the whole flow of the chatbot. So for example, the first thing we want to do is just go ahead and create what's called a node. Now there are going to be three levels: the node, the card, and the expression. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Now, to create our first node, let's just go ahead and right click and then select standard node. Now, what we're going to do for this standard node is just create a standard introduction for the bot to greet you. So in that case, let's just go ahead and rename this introduction. So this is the actual title of our node, but in order for it to have any substance, you now need to add the card, which in this case will be the text button. So right here where it says add a card, go ahead and click on add card. Now you'll notice over here on the left hand side, you'll have a plethora of options to choose from. I know this is a lot, and I know this can look overwhelming, but for simplicity's sake today, this is an introduction video, so we're going to keep it simple, but it's so powerful. So let's just go ahead and select the text. Go ahead and click and drag text in here for your card. Now what we're going to do is now over here on the right hand side is our actual working space. You could see over here it says send message to chatbot user. Let's go ahead and type in what we want to say. Now again, this is our introduction. So on the top right hand corner, you can see I'm saying what the introduction will be, our greeting from our AI chatbot. Let's just say, welcome to our prompt base. I'll be your personal prompt finder. Awesome. That's going to be the way we're greeted by our AI chatbot. Okay, so now that we have our introduction node done, the next thing we want to do, and what's very important, is now we want to capture some information from our audience or our viewer. Let's go ahead and ask them, how many prompts do you need? And now here's where the fun and the actual mapping starts to begin. This process is really cool and highly impressive. So let's start by asking our viewer, how many prompts do you need? Now, this is all you're going to do, simply put. Now, since we're dealing with prompt generators today, now keep in mind, you can use all these with the link in my description, but keep watching because you need to know exactly how to use this and take full advantage so you can find the prompts and build this chatbot. So we're going to say, hey, listen, how many prompts do you need? Now, based off of your answer, we're going to provide you with a specific prompt generator specific for your need. So, since we're asking you a number type question, let's go back over here and add one more card. So click on card, and now let's scroll down to the bottom, and over here on the left-hand side, do you see where it says capture information? Well, right under here, you want to go ahead and select number. Go ahead and bring number in as a second card right beneath your introduction. So once that card is in here, again, your working space is on the right-hand side. You have this card, which is number selected. Now, what's the question you want to ask the user? Obviously, it's not going to be number question mark. So simple question. How many prompts do you need? Go ahead and then type that in. Now let's go ahead and create a variable. Click this and then just give it a title. We're going to say prompt size. Just leave it simple as that and go ahead and then click enter for prompt size. Now what this actually allows us to do is that within our chatbot, we can gather the information that the user is giving us. So we need to know the prompt size. We need to know how many prompts they want. So that's why we assign this variable to let our chatbot know. And what this is also going to do is going to create some really awesome conditional logic. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what conditional logic means, it means that based off of the input or the answers the users provide is going to determine what sort of answer the AI chatbot is going to give you. So no worries if this really doesn't make sense. I'm going to help make it make sense for you. Now check this out. So we have our prompt size over here selected. Now it's time to really set the path and route them. And so in order to get this path and routing started, we need to add one more facet to this, and it's going to be called an expression. An expression is basically the conditional logic part that we just discussed. So what we're going to do is now over here on the left-hand side, you see where it actually says expression? Go ahead and click and drag this in. Now, we have one expression here, but we're actually going to be adding 3 of these. The reason we're adding 3 is because we're providing the users with 3 options. Do you need less than 3 prompts? Do you need 3 to 8 prompts? Or do you need more than 8 prompts? So let's go ahead and then click and drag and bring in 3 different expressions to where we can start selecting our path and routing the user to the answers they're looking for. Okay, now here is the impressive AI part of this. Now I have my first expression clicked. Now over here in our workspace in the top right hand corner, you can see it has the label that's called always. Well, we're gonna get rid of this right now. This is where the AI power comes into play. Now start to give it some conditional logic and then the AI starts to fill in. Now watch this. If prompt size is less than 3, okay? If prompt size is less than 3. Now once you hit enter, you could see the condition, it now replaces true to now it gives me this condition, workflow.prompt size less than 3. That's the AI that's kicking in, that's automatically creating this little code for us. This is incredibly impressive. This is conditional logic at its finest, just by you providing some very simple data. So what happens is that if this conditional logic, if the prompt size is gonna be less than 5, we're going to actually be able to route, map, or path this to a different node. I'll show you exactly how to do that in a second. So then from here, let's go ahead and finish our other 2 expressions, and then we'll start the mapping process. So over here on the right-hand side, I said next, if prompt size is more than 3, but less than 8, go ahead and then click enter. And then you can see here is our logic right over here. And now we're going to go ahead and go to our third one, and then we're going to type in the last and final one. If prompt size is more than 8, go ahead and then click enter, and then there we go again. In our workspace, we have the AI conditional logic working. Okay, now the fun part begins. Now let's really start to map this for the user. Again, let's make sure that we're between start and end over here, and go ahead and create another standard node. Right click, and that's all you have to do. And we're going to create 3 nodes because based off of the conditional logic, we're going to provide a node which will be a different answer or a different prompt size. I'll name this one master generator, and so we're going to provide this whenever the answer is a prompt size less than 3. That's where we're going to map this. So let me go ahead and make this a little bit smaller so we can go ahead and fit everything, and I can show you exactly how to map this. So now in here, let's go ahead and add a card, and we're going to go ahead and click and drag text in here. So check this out. This is what we're mapping. So right over here, if prompt size is less than 3, we want to give them this prompt generator. So check this. This is all you have to do is now path it to this node right here. Okay, so that's what we did. And that's as simply as just clicking and dragging. This little pin right here, just click and drag it, and then just drag, map, or path each option or expression over here. So if they chose prompt size is less than 3, we want to go ahead and provide them with this master generator prompt. So like this. So now we're going to say, awesome, your chosen prompt size is, now type in @ and now you're going to select your workflow prompt size number that they gave. So it actually presents to them a little form of text just to kind of let them know that you're actually hearing and understanding what they need. And now we're going to add just one more bit of text just to make the conversation more friendly. So I'm going to say, for that prompt need, try this prompt called master generator. And so now that's mapping our very first expression. Now you could take this much, much further, but for simplicity's sake, and then just to really help you get started, we're going to just leave this secondary node just like this. But you can actually add a lot more different cards. So I can actually provide them the actual prompt. I could actually provide them all the information that they need right here. And I'll actually show you that in a different video. However, for easiness sake, let's just go ahead and move on by creating our other 2 nodes. So again, right click on this standard node, and we're going to name this node the next option. So we have prompt producer, and we're going to do just the exact same thing that we did with the other node. So go ahead and then map this second one right here, hover over this little area, and now just connect this path, this one. And now we're going to go ahead and add other cards as well. So we're going to go ahead and do a text box right here, and then say the same thing here. Your chosen prompt size is @workflow prompt size. Add that second card as a text in here, and now tell them what you recommend. And I'm going to say, for that prompt need, try this prompt producer. And now we're going to do that just one more time since we have another option. So again, come down here, select a standard node again, and now we're going to connect this third and final one right down here to this one. And we're going to select this path right here for this very third one. So we have this expression going over here. We have, if prompt size is more than 3 but less than 8, they're going to get prompt producer. And now if prompt size is more than 8, they're going to get this third and final one that we're adding. And this one is actually called thumbnail maker. Okay. And then again, do the same thing with adding our card and then dragging the text. And then we said, for that prompt need, try this prompt, thumbnail maker. So now we have everything seamlessly connected with these mapping techniques. Now let's take things a step further and really help our viewers and users get the information that they need. Now, the next thing we want to do is let's just go ahead and add one more node. This one will be a simple one. So just right click and add another standard node. Now, what we're going to do for this actual node that we're creating, let me go ahead and make my screen a little bit larger for you guys, and make sure everything is between the start and finish buttons right here, okay? We're going to make this one just called questions. The card we're going to be adding is another simple option, single choice. Go ahead and click and drag that card over here called single choice. And what we're going to ask is there anything else I can help you with? So over here in our workspace on the top right hand side, you can see the question to ask the user. Our bot will be asking the user, is there anything else I can help you with? And again, at the top, it says type of value to extract. This is going to be single choice. Single choice is essentially going to give the user options, a button that they can click. In this case, it's going to be yes or no. So just select it, and then that's all you need to do. Now, over here in your workspace, you want to let them know that this is a single choice option. So click that plus button underneath next to advanced configuration, and then click on choice. This is where we're going to put our choices. The first one is just going to be a simple yes. That's choice number 1. Add a second one, and this choice is going to be simply no. These are going to be the 2 single choice options the user can choose. So now that we have our question node figured out, again, we need to make sure that it's connected with this path right here. And now in order to do this is that we need to add an expression to each of these other nodes right here. Now keep in mind, this could seem a little bit tedious, but it's not. Once you get used to it, it's rather quite easy. An expression, now keep in mind, is essentially just the basic path it's going to take to get from point A to point B. So under each card, we don't want to actually give any conditional logic. Now look over here in the working space on the right hand side. You see where it says label always? For this last expression, we want to have always displayed. Now, that's because every time they receive their answer, we want to make sure that this question gets asked regardless of any prompt that we provided them. So after they get the prompt they need, we want the bot to say, is there anything else I can help you with every single time? So that's why you want to have the label in the right-hand side of your workspace just simply chosen always. That way it will always be asked that question. So then all we do is just connect the nodes, path the nodes together. Let me take this hand and then click and drag it, and then take it, and then just go like that. And we're going to do the same thing each and every time. We're going to add an expression to this card right here. Click and drag this expression. Right hand side, we're going to make sure it's always, and now click and drag or path it back to the question here. Again, one more expression added to the thumbnail maker one. and then click and drag or path it over here to the question. And just a word of advice, if you ever mistakenly add a path, you see this X button, you can click it and it will remove it, okay? But again, click and drag it over here, and now we're going to be adding that. If these lines get a little bit too carried away, you can actually click on each of these nodes and move them around so it's easier for you to read and understand. So if I have it more symmetrical and I zoom out, check this out. Now we can see how everything is nicely pathed and everything is pretty cohesive and organized. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Back over here on our screen, again, let me make this end path much wider and drag this back over here since we're adding one more node. Okay, so here we go again. Let me zoom in. Over here, over at introduction, you need to make sure that you have the start button actually mapped to introduction to start. Now, a lot of times in the beginning, I forgot to do that. And so I would think, what did I do wrong with my chatbot? So you want to do that by simply mapping it just like that. So if you notice your chatbot not working when you test it, do that. It will fix everything. Right hand side, I'm going to type in hello. Now, check this out. Now it's working flawlessly. I said hello. Now it says, welcome to our prompt base. I'll be your personal prompt finder. How many prompts do you need? Okay, let's go ahead and then just provide the answer by just simply typing in 2. I typed in 2. Now look at this. It says, awesome. Your chosen prompt size is 2. For that prompt need, try this prompt called master generator. That's fantastic. It gave me exactly what we were needing. Let's try it again, but this time with a different prompt. I'm going to type in hi. It's going to respond back to me. How many prompts do you need? Now this time, let's go ahead and select 4. And now it's going to give me perfect. Your chosen prompt size is 4. For that prompt need, try this prompt. Prompt producer. Awesome. One more time. Hey, how many prompts do you need? And now I'm going to put in 9. This is going to be our third option over 8. Type in 9. And now it says, awesome, your chosen prompt size is 9. Here we recommend the thumbnail maker. For that prompt need, try this prompt, thumbnail maker. Perfect. So far, so good. The AI chatbot is working flawlessly. We last ended off with single choice, yes or no, and it's going to be quite simple. If the very last question is no, when I ask it, is there anything else I can help you with? Okay, if they say no, we're going to go ahead and end it. It's done. The chat's over. It's been successful. You said no, goodbye. But if they say yes, now let's take things a step further. So come in over here, right click, and let's select another node. We're going to name this AI prompt knowledge. Okay, these are going to be where we're going to feed it the prompts that you guys actually need. So now what do we do if they select yes as their answer? Okay, we want to map this yes to this node right here, AI prompt knowledge. Let's go ahead and add a card. We're going to do the same thing that we did before. Click and drag a single choice over here. Now, in our working space over here on the right hand side, we're going to say, let's say, for example, what would you like help with? And go ahead and then change this single choice to raw input, aka text. Raw input is basically giving the user the option just to type in what they need. Okay, so we have raw input, and you can see it's symbolized by having this upper and lowercase t. What would you like help with is what the bot will ask. And we can create a variable. We might not need it, but let's go ahead and create one just called question. Okay, create question. Now, this is where Botpress is really going to shine. How can we actually teach this AI chatbot all these prompts that we're providing all of you guys? Now, that's where this comes in. So make sure you have this node actually selected. Now, over here on the left-hand side, where it says files, go ahead and you can select this button called add knowledge base. Once you select this button, add knowledge base, you can upload the sort of file, the knowledge you're going to teach and train your AI bot to use. So let's do that. Let's come over here and actually click this button that's called Add Knowledge Base. Now over here on the left-hand side, we're going to change the name, Prompt Base. And now what we're going to do is then select Knowledge Base Source. And then here's what you can do. You could add a bunch of different sources, documents, web pages, web search, text document, table, etc. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm first going to do my website. Now, here's where things get really cool. You could add, like I said before in the beginning, I could add my whole entire website to where the bot will just scour my website and provide you with the prompt you need. We'll do that in a second. But I can also upload my Airtable or portions of my Airtable database with all of my prompts and give you these. So the first thing I'll do, just to keep this simple, is that I'm going to come over here and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to pull up this web page right here. This web page has over 100 prompts, okay? So I'm going to come over here and then just simply copy and paste the link to this website right here. Let's go ahead and select web pages. And then you see where it says add web pages, add from URLs. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to paste the URL I added, give it some time to think. Okay, now that it's done, it says indexing URLs, it's complete, you may close this window. Okay, I'm excited to see how this is gonna be. So let's go back over here to our main, okay? We're back over here to our main. We wanna make sure this is gonna be turned on. Come back over here to our node, right? AI prompt knowledge. Now, again, over here in our working space, you wanna make sure that you have AI prompt knowledge, that enable knowledge answering. You wanna make sure this is turned on. Once it is, look at this book. If I turn it off, that book goes away right here underneath this node. If I turn it on, you have this little blue book that just pops up. It says knowledge-based answers are enabled on this node. Okay, it's on. Anytime a user or a viewer is going to ask a specific question relating to a prompt, this AI chatbot will scour that web page I just provided it and hopefully give it the right answer. So the one last thing I want to do is add one more card, right? I want to add one more expression, because what we're going to do is that just in case we ask a question that my bot does not have the answer to, we want to make sure that we can give them a answer and say, hey, I'm sorry, we couldn't find the answer to your question. And you want to add in this little bit of code right here. So go ahead, and then if you want to add this, just go ahead and copy and paste this right here. Exclamation mark turn.knowledge agent.responded. Okay, so you want to copy it just like that. So what I did was just created one more node, and I just called this oops. And I added a text card where I just said, oops, sorry, I don't know the answer to that. Over here on this card, if it doesn't know the answer to that, just path this node, just map it over here to this oops one. So anytime a question is asked that the bot doesn't know the answer to, they're going to get this response that says, oops, sorry, I don't know the answer to that question. And then what I'm going to do is just underneath here add one more always conditional logic, and that will just route them back to the single choice question. So after they're done with this AI prompt knowledge, I'm going to go ahead and take this and then route this back to this right here. So they're going to get this question. I know it looks a little bit messy, but again, once they're done with this prompt knowledge, I just want to go ahead and ask them the same question over and over again until their final answer and conclusion is no. So then it will ask them again, is there anything else I can help you with? If they say no, the conversation's ended. If they say yes, it's going to keep going with the prompt knowledge, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and just look at the bigger picture right here, just so I can show you guys, okay? Here we go. Let me zoom out, and you can see from a higher level here, you could see how we've kind of built the whole entire thing. Okay, so now we have the final product done. Let's go ahead and now test this out. Come down here on the bottom right hand of my screen and then type in, hello, how many prompts do you need? Let's go ahead and then say 4, okay? We said 4. Awesome, your chosen prompt size is 4. For that prompt need, try this prompt. Prompt producer. Is there anything else I can help you with? Go ahead and then say yes. What would you like help with? Watch this. Now remember, we connected my website to this bot. Let's just say, where is the prompt producer prompt? And now look, boom, here it is. Check it out. So over here on the right hand side, I said, what would you like help with? And I said, okay, since it referred me to the prompt producer prompt, I said, what is the prompt producer prompt? I need to know what this is. Now, since I connected my website to it, check this out right here that the AI chatbot found based on the knowledge base we gave it, which in this case was my website link. It said, the prompt producer prompt is a prompt that generates prompts for a stable diffusion-based image generator. It accepts a description of a photo or a piece of art. Okay, so how can you actually use this bot for yourself? So once everything is completely done, it's tested, it's working out just the way you want, simply, all you have to do is now select this publish button. Once it's done publishing, you now have the option to share it. Watch this. So even after you publish it, you can actually embed this to your website, and it actually integrates with other apps as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to publish the chatbot. Now, in the bottom right hand corner, it says it's done publishing. Now check this out. Now let's go ahead and hit this share button. I could share my chatbot. I'll put this link in the description. Check this out. And now I can copy and paste this link. I shared it with you. I'll say hello, and boom, the bot starts to get to work. Welcome to your prompt base. I'll be your personal prompt finder. How many prompts do you need? Let's go ahead and then we'll hit 5. Okay, here is the live prompt in action. Your chosen prompt is 5. Try this prompt. Prompt producer. Is there anything else I can help you with? I'll say yes. Now watch this. So what would you like help with? Let's just do for logo this time. Okay, let's just do logo and then see what it can come up with. Okay, and then there it is. What is the full prompt for Leonardo AI photorealistic? Okay, so we'll try it out again, and then you could see here are the options it gave me. So I have the one for logo for the letter M. I have one for photorealistic. And then here at the bottom again, I said, what is the full prompt for cyberpunk? And then here again is a full prompt for cyberpunk. Pretty impressive. So that is how you can actually share your prompt. It's going to have a live cloud link that anybody can use once you share it. I'll share this with you. And now you can create your own AI chatbot. So I highly recommend trying Botpress for yourself. It's free to use, it's free to sign up, and the free account can do so many amazing things. We simply just scratched the surface today, just with an entry-level type video. And if you do, it is an affiliate link and it will buy me a small cup of coffee. But thank you so much for watching this video, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button because you'll be the first to know when all these videos come out. But until then, we'll see you next time.